Hey guys, welcome to episode 7 of the Chelsea series here on FIFA 20. We start the January transfer window today, but of course we are still enacting the transfer ban for Chelsea, so I won't be signing anyone, but there is the potential to move some players on. Now who those players might be, I'm unsure as of yet. Any offers that, well, put it this way, I'm not going to actively look to sell anyone other than perhaps the players that shouldn't be here in real life. Or shouldn't be here because they aren't here in real life, like Baba Rahman, like Kennedy, like Piazzon. They're out on loan in real life, and to be fair, I could try and loan them in this window as well, so we perhaps might try to do that and then sell them in a future window. At present, I'm unsure as to what to do with regards player sales and where to improve in the months after the January transfer window, because of course, we will be able to make signings with the money we've got available this season after January, because they won't be registered as Chelsea players until next year. So we can get around the transfer ban that way and spend this 100 million that we have, if not even more, if we are able to sell someone on, if we perhaps are looking to. There's been some call in the comment section to give Azpilicueta and Kovacic a little bit more first team football, so I'm going to do that for today's episode and see how they get on. We start with Brighton away, and we follow that up with a game against Exeter in the Cup, which I'll play, and Bournemouth in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-finals, which we'll also play, and then we'll sim Brighton at home at the end of the episode. Before tomorrow, we'll finish the January transfer window with Newcastle, Arsenal and Bournemouth, and maybe a second FA Cup tie if we get through, or hopefully when we get through, against Exeter City. It's a busy month, as was January. Not quite as busy as January, but still busy enough. And the draw has been made for the round of 16 of the Champions League as well. We have Lokomotiv Moscow, very much a winnable tie. So looking forward to getting through to the latter stages of European competition, as well as we continue to chase qualifying for Europe via a league finish this season. 7th at present, 2 points off 4th. We'll see how things look at the end of the episode. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more. This is daily, of course, so every single day there's a video for you to watch. Follow the links in the description to Twitter and Mixer as well, where I stream career mode almost every single day too. But for now, let's go down to the south coast and play Brighton. Matthew Ryan in goal for Brighton. Montoya, Baluta, Balogun, Dunk and Bernardo at the back. Pascal Gross and Proper in the midfield, with Jahan Baksh, Andone and Trossard on the left of a front three. Brighton, a side that occasionally pop up with a shock, but not very often. However, with the form that we've been, or inconsistent form that we've been in recently, going a spell unbeaten and then conceding 3 against Tottenham and Arsenal, I'm not sure how this game will actually go. Hopefully the introduction of Azpilicueta and Kovacic will add a bit more quality. We shall wait and see. Bernardo, nicely down the line for Florian Andone to run onto. My wing-backs have pushed forward. We're in danger here, and into the middle, swept home by Trossard. Azpilicueta out of position from right back. We put him in to have an impact. Unfortunately, he's had the wrong impact. Not the right place at the right time. Gaps opening up. The play was on the left-hand side, so why Dave was all the way up on the right-hand side, I'm not sure. Certainly need to look at the individual instructions we have set with the tactics, but it's a decent finish by Trossard. Sweeping it, so it's constantly going away from the keeper. Nearly got toes to it, Kepa. But into the back of the net it goes, and we're 1-0 down early on. That's a story we've heard before. Driving forward, energetic in midfield. Just as Ruben Loftus-Cheek is the man that he's replaced. Mount back there to Kante. Try and put that forward for Mount to run into the gap. And there is a bit of space here. We'll let fly with the effort. Oh, and it's finished beautifully. Mason Mount on the score sheet again. Criticised him a couple of episodes ago for not having as much of an impact as we thought he should do. But he's really turned up with his performance of, or levels of performance. Getting it back central to then open up the angle to be able to hit across it and get it away from the keeper. Really good finish that by Mason Mount. Flying into the top corner. We were not behind for long. Thank you, sir. Kante accelerates away. Committed the midfielder to the tackle there, and he couldn't get to the ball. We'll work this about nicely and look for Tammy. It's actually the league's leading goal scorer right now, Tammy Abraham, but he has bagged a couple of hat-tricks in simulated games, which have certainly helped towards that tally. But still, to be putting in the performances in played and simulated games is really good. Again, Azpilicueta caught out there, and this time It does cost us a goal again. Florian Andone picking up the pieces. I think Azpilicueta's time in the starting lineup is coming to a close. It's 2 times now he's cost us goal in the opening half an hour of the game here against Brighton at the Amex. Good block by the defender, but falls straight to Florian Andone, who couldn't miss, really. 2-1 down in the 26th minute. Plenty of goals in this one. Mason Mount, nicely to Tammy. Mount's arriving again and bursting into the box. Mason Mount is on fire today. 2-2 after 32 minutes here against Brighton. This game is going to be an absolute classic already. Brilliant start to the game for Mason Mount. Terrible start to the game for Azpilicueta. 2 goals for either side. Who knows what the scoreline will end up being in this one. Nice tackle by Christensen. Get it in there to Azpilicueta, who again was looking to accelerate away down the right-hand side on the overlap, just as Brighton won possession in the turnarounds. Positionally, he was going to be caught out again. Jahanbakhsh rise that challenge well, and by doing so, he's led to Brighton scoring a third. We can't defend against their front 3 today. Every time we pull one back, they go and get themselves in front again. Through the gap there. Poorly played. There's 3 minutes added on, and we are coming towards the end of it now. We are going to have to score now if we want to get ourselves that third equaliser, and we still could. Looking for Mason Mount, who's turned well. Mason on a hat-trick. Mason Mount scores his hat-trick. What a performance from the young man. 6 goals in the first half, and Mason Mount has all 3 of ours. Unreal. Right, if I could just learn to defend, then maybe we might win some games of football. Trossard. Through the gap nicely to Jahanbakhsh. Must not get turned with Tamori here, and we did well to force him back up wide to Trossard. Win that header. As West, where's the ball dropping free? Marcus Alonso gets rid. Needed that save at the near post. They needed the defender to be alert to the danger. Jahanbakhsh trying to find a way through again. Here's Pascal Gross. Turns well in the box, trying not to let him shoot. Tamori's defending him well, but it's just quickness of feet. Can't get close to him. Keppel with the smart save down low and continue to keep Brighton out. Trossard will deliver again. That's a good corner. It's flicked up and away. Can we get to that with Tamori? We're not going to. Jahanbakhsh lifts it back in. There's a man at the near post, but Davy Pröper can only find the side netting. Oh, dear me. Brighton are so difficult to play against. Short there to Pascal Gross. Pröper again. Gross again. Out to Jahanbakhsh, deflected off Alonso. It'll be a corner here. Made those changes 20 in-game minutes ago. There's barely any time left for those substitutes to make an impact now for us. Hopefully, they're not going to score. Oh my God, the attempted clearance from the man at the near post was diabolical. He barely got anything on it, and it fell straight to a Brighton man. If we concede from this secondary corner because of that poor clearance, I'll be livid. Barkley with another poor clearance. This time at least he gets it away from goal. A third corner in a row for Brighton at the end of the game. Trossard again to take it. It's a decent delivery and flicked it on at the near post. Kovacic not able to get to it. Florian Andone has already scored 1 in this game, and he very nearly had a second for him and a fourth for Brighton to send all 3 points their way. Flick that on, Tammy. He's done really well. Willian into Barkley. The substitutes linking up. Pulisic is there. Can we win it late on? I'll look for Tammy. Cut back. No, can't keep hold of possession. And I think that's going to be a point only from the South Coast. Really disappointing to have scored 3 goals again and not get the victory again. Bernardo, we might not even get anything from this one. It's a great ball in. Tamori with the acrobatic clearance. He needed to make that. Pulisic needs to get to this. Kante needs to get to this. It will be a point only. A 3-3 draw for the second time in 4 played games. Match ball for Mason Mount, though. Congratulations to him for a superb performance. Unbelievable. We keep scoring goals. We keep leaking them at the back. And I didn't create enough in that game. Wow. Only the 3 chances created. 3 goals scored, though. So at least we're clinical. Just need to defend better. I've had a transfer offer for Azpilicueta. Now, after that dead performance, I am sorely tempted to negotiate this. I won't, because I want to get your guys' feedback first. I know Dave is popular in the comments section, so I won't be accepting that bid. But I certainly could potentially sell him next season. We'll reject the offer for Marco van Ginkel. He'll be a good squad player, even though he's been very rarely involved thus far. This is a scout report from the Ivory Coast, and we're still waiting our first amazing player from Africa. Although Yves Kamara might be, or Yves Kamara might be that man. Let's have a look. What does he look like? Where are you, sir? Yves Kamara, 75 to 94 potential, central defensive midfielder, not the best physically, but already okay in the tackle. I did ask for physically strong players, I think, from my scout to Ivory Coast, and unfortunately he's not physically strong, but we'll wait and see. Maybe I didn't. Let me just quickly check. Yeah, I did. Physically strong. Strange. So he definitely wasn't that. Never mind. We shall continue to progress forward. We've Exeter next, and we will play this game. And to be fair, Baba, a transfer offer for Baba. I'd be willing to let him go, actually, because in real life he's been loaned out. In fairness, in this save, I'm just not going to use him, because we're going to use Emerson, Marcus Alonso, and then look to sign another top quality left back. So I'm willing to let him go here for, say, 9.5 million if they'll pay it. 7.3 is the counter. And then I think almost certainly one of the players I'd like to buy, one of the positions in which I'd like to buy between the end of January and the start of next season is at left back. Because Emerson, I'm not sure. Marcus Alonso I want to let go. Michael Hector continues to want the chance to play. Okay, I will give you the chance to play in this game against Exeter then. Let's see what he can do here. Van Ginkel is in. We'll play Michael Hector here ahead of ahead of Kurt Zuma, and I'm tempted even to give Jamal Blackman a game, but I don't think I will for the time being. We'll continue with Aspi at right back here. Kovacic in the midfield again. Barkley, Pedro, Willian, and Michi Batshuayi the front four. That side certainly should be good enough to get the victory here against Exeter City, so we shall try and do exactly that. Exeter's 11. Johnny Maxted in goal. Sweeney, Moxie, Parks and Woodman, I imagine, at the back. Holmes, Taylor, Atangana and Law in the midfield with Fisher and Forte up top. I mean, this has to be a game that we win, and I'd like to hope that we can win it well as well. Kovacic. Play that in front of Marco van Ginkel. Space opened up. Good save by Maxted. Dean Moxie will clear it away. First chance goes our way after 14 minutes or so. They're looking to get me on the counter here. Michael Hector trying his hardest. And to be fair to him, doing well. Don't know what to expect from him. This is the sort of, or only really, the sort of game that he'd probably expect to play in. Michi, there's a lot of extra players back there. Not much room to work with, but we'll try a bit of quality, bit of fancy stuff. Pedro's cross tipped over the bar by Max. They didn't want to take any risks. See what we can do from this cross from Willian. It's okay, but it's not the best. Kovacic should bring that down. It's Michael Hector. Bit of space for Van Ginkel, who tries effort from distance again, but this time it's over the bar. Ginkel into Barkley. Willian to Michi. Willian's going to go again. Oh, it's a brilliant take for a first touch. Willian showing the quality that he has and the dominance that we hopefully will continue to show over Exeter here. That was unreal. That was a very, very impressive hit from Willian. First touch, just to let it run, then take it on his stronger foot. Just, the defender wasn't expecting it at all. Don't come up against much of that in League 2. Actually, Exeter might be League 1 still. Regardless, Willian makes it Chelsea 1, Exeter City 0. They've still got a Carabao Cup semi-final to come later in the week. Exeter trying to do it in both competitions this year. Unfortunately for them, they're not going to have much luck, I don't think, in this FA Cup third round tie. So we're 1-0 up now, and we should hopefully only build on that. Pedro. Out to Aspi. Willian's on the run again. He's in behind, looking to get away. I've got Michi in the middle. Drop the shoulder, look for a teammate. Blocked there, but we will still find Aspi, of all people. Michi back to Kovacic. Well struck. Kovacic again. Well saved, Maxted. Enough to keep the ball out of the net, and a strong enough arm to deny us the opportunity from a corner as well. Although the ball will still come back towards the Exeter goal. Kovacic will look for Mitzi through that gap. There's Ross Barkley. Willian around the outside. Pedro's darting in at the back post, but I'm going to look for... I want to play that back to Barkley. Never mind. We're approaching half-time. Only the 1-0 in front, but Exeter don't look like they're actually going to cause us much problems going the other way. The ball should be encamped in their half for the majority of the remainder of the game. Woodman over the top, looking in behind Aspilicueta. Nicky Law with the ball in. It's like they were watching the previous game, trying to catch Aspi out positionally again. I think I'm definitely going to put Reece James back into the starting lineup for the next game. Although I will give Kovacic some more football and keep Ruben Loftus-Cheek on the bench for the time being. But I think... Oh no, penalty given. Shoulder to shoulder challenge. And Exeter have a lifeline here. They've shown nothing all game. Not sure about that. Chance for Exeter. Oh, he's run up really quickly. He's hit the bar, the corner of it. It's going to drop to Nicky Law. They score anyway. The camera had barely even moved and the Forte was already on his run up. That caught me completely unawares. Smacks off the woodwork. And they have drawn themselves level here. There goes my clean sheet. Penalty off the top of the bar. And Emerson just... I couldn't react quickly enough to get rid of it first time. Heavy touch. Nicky Law jumps in. And that is 1-1. Exeter right back in this now. Loftus-Cheek. Emerson through the gap looking for Loftus-Cheek again. He will get that there to Kovacic. We are right at the end of the game here. Giroud to Kovacic. Working the space. Having the shot. Not working. Exeter earn themselves a replay. Not playing very well right now. And it's costing us results. We're going to have to... Hopefully we'll be able to see the replay at home. We should get through, but... I'm not playing very well at the minute. And with a team and a side that isn't as high rated as you would expect here at Chelsea. Really underperforming right now, even with the lower level. The clash against Percentage 1S. Exeter's club name clearly isn't in there at all. We need to work harder. That's odd. When Exeter equalise, going to hope to get back in front. Certainly, we aim to win every match. I can't. Disappointed in the way we played. I'm disappointed in the way I played. It's my fault, not the team's. I'm the one controlling them. Michael Hector's happy that we kept the promise to him. Fine, keep working hard. Jorginho, Boston selects him. You still have your place in the squad. I do need to play Jorginho more and bring him on off the bench. But it's going to be Bournemouth next in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup, where certainly we cannot afford a poor performance. Bournemouth starting lineup. Ramsdale in goal. Smith, Ake, Cook and Rico as the back four. David Brooks on the right-hand side with Fraser on the left. Josh King behind Callum Wilson. Every year on FIFA, Bournemouth are always that side that cause everybody problems. Always a bit of a bogey team for almost everyone. People in the comments say it all the time. People say it in the chat on stream. They're just difficult to play against for no discernible reason. Maybe there'd be a good side to do a career mode with at some point later in the year. I'll have to take your feedback on that as well in the comments section. But for now, we're going to want Bournemouth to be on the losing side. But this is, of course, only the first of 2 legs. So it's not vital we get a positive result. But certainly, in the home leg, you want to make the most of it. Callum Wilson out to Ryan Fraser. Reece James can't deal with the movement of the young Scot. They've worked it away nicely though. Mason Mount takes that in his stride well now. Looks to play Tammy in behind. Not the fastest Tammy Abraham, but certainly could be fast enough to cause the impact here. Nathan Ake closing me down, the former Chelsea man, but Tammy Abraham thumps that home. Chelsea 1, Bournemouth 0 in the 20th minute in the Carabao Cup semi-final first leg. We're on our way. Here's Lewis Cook. Oh, that's a great ball. Kepa will come and punch and connect with the striker too. That looked painful. Double-handed punch on the ball. Oh, foul on Kovacic, but advantage played. Mount will get it back to him. And eventually, Callum Hudson-Odoi might make a move down the left. Thank you, sir. Cut back hit. And then whip it, looking for Tammy in the middle. Oh, tried to head it towards goal, but couldn't do so. Nathan Ake struggling. And anyway, we'll do for Adam Smith, who's now going to get a yellow card for that challenge on Kovacic in the build-up. 33rd minute. Looking for a second goal. Hudson-Odoi back nicely to Kovacic. Into Mason Mount. Not sure which way to go. Not sure which way to go. He's made a good run into the box, Kovacic, Jorginho even, but I couldn't find him, unfortunately. We're dominating so far, but we did the same against Exeter and didn't end up coming away with a win. So certainly against Bournemouth, I'm not going to let off this time around. Oh, through the legs into Callum Wilson. Looks to square it. Christensen pokes that away. AI getting a little bit sweaty on me there, squaring that. Tammy Abraham back to Jorginho, who burst into the gap. We'll get it out wide here to Pulisic, who can drive into the space. Drive into the space still, and we'll pull it back, eventually looking for a teammate. They're going to get sweaty with me, I'm going to get sweaty with them. Hudson-Odoi will get to that first. Is that a foul, ref? Alright, sure, fine, okay. Here's Ryan Fraser, he's a little bit quick. Don't want to let him start to run at me. Around the corner though to Rico. And Rico will find Callum Wilson, and I'm not sure if he's on or offside here. He's offside, they swept me again. Screw you, Bournemouth. Lewis Cook. Trying forward, trying to close him down. Callum Wilson in behind, he's gone for the shot this time. Kepa will come and catch at the second attempt, and there's the half-time whistle. Very nearly a late equaliser for Bournemouth there. Now, if they could stop being such arseholes and squaring the ball all the time, maybe we'll be a little bit more comfortable in the second half. Always wary. I'm not sure what to do with my defenders now, because sometimes, like Callum Wilson there's gone for goal, and other times they've tried to square it to a man at the back post. So, I'm lost, really, defensively. In no man's land, kind of between both options. Only one shot each, though, apparently, in that first half. But thankfully, ours went in. Kovacic, quickly forward to Pulisic. Tammy slow on the uptake with regards to an attacking run, but still looking to get around the outside. And Nathan Ake, who's committed to the challenge, got nowhere near the ball. Oh, and Tammy hits the post. He might still drop to me. I'm going to try and get this to a teammate. Hudson-Odoi around the corner. Here's Mateo Kovacic, loitering with intent. And Mount blocked by Ake. Oh, Tammy, you've got to bury that. I went to try and finesse it in the corner, just to make sure it went in, more so than anything else. Oh, I've no idea who that came off. Ramsdale punched it all the way back there, apparently. We'll get the corner in a little bit further away from the keeper this time. Tammy could be up again. He is. There's so many differing scenarios in career mode this year. Because of the changes to the ball physics, we're seeing situations that we've never seen before, because the gameplay's always been pretty similar. This year, everything's a lot different. The ball falls free a lot, and there are so many new animations in there as well that seeing a lot of difference in the gameplay to previous years of career mode, which makes it feel very fresh and very new. The gameplay this year is the game's strongest point, whereas last year on 19 it was the game's weakest point. Hopefully Mason Mount can keep that run going and get free in the middle, and we'll look for him here. The keeper's come. I'm going to try and lift it over him. Dip, please! It does, but not in time. Still just 1-0. Mount. A bit of space for Pulisic to run into here. I've got Reece James on the overlap. Can't use it though, because Pulisic's run straight into the defender. Too quick for his own good sometimes. Mason Mount can get to that, but he can't. Nicely done, Tomori. Paris Saint-Germain apparently just signed Ricardo Rodriguez. Of course, this is the first window where the AI are making changes, because we disabled the initial transfer window to help with our transfer ban and to ensure that, well, as we thought at the time when I disabled it going in, that the teams would have their realistic real-life lineups. Obviously, subsequently, some of the transfers haven't gone through with the early access build of the game, but that will be fixed with patch 1. I could start the save again when the game comes out, or when, you know, official launches here and they have the right rosters, etc. But I think that's kind of pointless for a YouTube series. I might as well just continue on. We'll only be doing 2 or 3 seasons max here at Chelsea, I would have thought. But it depends how competitive we are in season 2 with regards trophies, etc. 3 is probably going to be what we do, I would have thought, to see the full growth of the youngsters, or at least as much growth as possible of the youngsters. But to be fair, view levels determine everything, really. If you guys continue to enjoy the save, then I'll continue to put it out. But get to that ball, please, Mason. He can't. Struggling here to get the ball into the Bournemouth area. Now, he's not really got the position to be able to cross or shoot there. I'm going to make a change. Mason Mount's going to come off. We're going to bring Ruben Loftus-Cheek on. I'm going to bring Kante on for Kovacic to add a little bit more defensive solidity. And we will bring Willian on now to try and build on what was a good performance for him against Exeter. 15 to go. Still 1-0 up here in the Carabao Cup quarter-final. But there's plenty that could still happen. They made some changes as well. Ryan Fraser lofts that and Kepa comes to punch. It's going to drop to Harry Wilson. Now he's on the field. We cannot afford to give away any free kicks. I also kind of want to stop him from getting onto his left foot. But we'll break away here with Fikayo Tomori. The centre-back has just, quite frankly, just had enough of being defensive and wants to get involved on the attacking front. We'll look for Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He'll turn and look for Tammy. Ruben's gone again. We'll look for him. Drop the shoulder. Tammy's still there. There's a bit of space here for N'Golo Kante off the bench. Kante on his left foot. Draws a save from Ramsdale, but no goal. Still 1-0, 7 minutes to go. We've been in control for the majority of the game, but with the pace they've got up top and now the quality of Harry Wilson's deliveries out wide, still anything could happen. And what's Tomori doing there? I asked for a clearance, and he's just done a slide tackle to put the ball right into Josh King's path that we conceded. No, Tomori makes up for his earlier error. Oh, dearie me, but I still can't get the ball away. Challenge there, Ruben. Good 50-50. Ball just bobbled free, straight to a Bournemouth man, though. Ryan Fraser into Callum Wilson. Good tackle by Tomori again. And again from Fikayo Tomori. Impressive stuff from the youngster. Willian with the ball out wide. Tammy will help it on. Blisic has the pace, but does he have the stamina? The defenders are worrying about the players in field. Pulisic is just going to run free and bury it. We're going to get a 2-0 victory. That might be us in the final. Yes, we've still another game to go. But a 2-0 scoreline is twice as good as a 1-0 scoreline. The defender was more worried about the men in the middle being played in, as he would expect his teammate to square it by the way that Bournemouth have played. Pulisic, all I'm worried about, tunnel vision. Score that goal. Chelsea 2, Bournemouth 0. We take a commanding lead into the second leg for tomorrow's episode. Hopefully, we can build on this with victory in the simulated game against Burnley in the league, as well. And we'll end the episode stronger than we started it. Right, really pleased with that. Let's go to Burnley now and get a result. Frustratingly, Baba Rahman hasn't agreed contract terms with Benfica. I don't know whether that's a wage issue. I would imagine it's wage rather than bonuses. He's not on that much here, I don't think, Baba Rahman. What's he on? Let's have a look. Financially, £54,000 a week. It's a sizable amount, but you would have thought a team like Benfica could have been competitive enough with their offer. Strange that they weren't able to get that done. Right. Yeah, let's play with this one. Or sim with this one. Burnley at home should be 3 points here in this simulated game. And actually, we've got the game in midweek against Exeter 2. And I'll simulate that as well in this episode to see if we can get through in the FA Cup. Chelsea 3, Burnley 1. Mason Mount on the scoreline. On the score sheet again. Good lad. Player returning from injury. That's going to be Danny Drinkwater. Oh, Danny Drinkwater. Sorry, did I say Danny Drinkwater? I was just on autopilot there, thinking it was going to be a player coming back. Danny Drinkwater's come back to me because he picked up an injury at Burnley, I think. I'd have to have a look back at that in editing. I just, on autopilot, went through the motions and deleted it, thinking someone was coming back from injury for me. Thinking about it, I don't think anyone is injured for me. An offer for Ross Barkley, which we shall reject. With the ability of Mason Mount so far this season, and the fact that we've got Ruben Loftus-Cheek as well, and Jorginho and Kovacic, should we consider moving Ross Barkley on? He's 26. We've got Mason Mount, who's obviously a lot younger. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is 23. Mason Mount's 21. Kovacic is 25 and younger even than Ross Barkley. Shall I move Ross Barkley on? Would you guys be open to that happening? I think there's going to still be a lot of transfer action to be done in this save before the end of this season, whether it's done in January or post-January, with players in and players out. So of course we could sell post-January as well. We'll wait and see. Let's sim this game against Exeter though. I'll put the same team out. Transfer for Marcus Alonso. Now here's a player I would consider selling, but maybe next year. Oh, 17 million is a lot though for a player that's 29 and valued at 13. But I can't replace him yet. That's the thing. I physically can't replace him yet, and I don't think Emerson is good enough to be able to step in. It's not about you. Sorry, Kurt. You're not going to get the chance, unfortunately. No, you're definitely not going to play, Lucas. You're on the loan list for a reason, mate. I'm trying to get rid of you. Right. Same side that played against him other than Rudiger in... Well, listen, no. Rudiger played in the last one, didn't he? Exeter at home in the FA Cup. They just lost their Carabao Cup semi-final 4-0. And now they've lost 4-0 to me as well. Pedro with 2, Barkley with 1, and Willian with the 4th. Unfortunately for Exeter, it looks like they're going out of both cup competitions. Guess there's going to be a next time. There might not be for you, Lucas. Don't overreact, I'll say. Kurt Zuma disappointed not to play. Squad rotation is important. I'm just trying to keep him happy there, I think. I don't know what to do with Kurt, because... Another transfer for Baba Rahman. I don't know what to do with Kurt, because... We've got other centre-back options. Rudiger's high rated and better. Obviously, Tamori we want to give the chance to. Christensen is young too, but so's Kurt. I don't know how young Kurt is now, actually. He's been at Chelsea for a few years. I'll check. They'll pay 9 million. Thank you. Watford should be able to afford his wages as well, being a Premier League club. How old is Kurt Zuma, out of curiosity? Kurt Zuma is 25. I could consider selling Kurt, because I'm definitely going to sell Michael Hector, add him to the transfer list, because we have the young centre-back coming through the system here that we might want to put our faith in. Jamie Shaw, the 6'6" guy. If I start training him, he could be an absolute world beater in a season and a half's time. Wait and see. We'll advance as far as the game against Newcastle. Just see if we get any more transfer offers in. Transfer offer for Tammy Abraham from Monaco. No thank you. Tammy stays. Prize money added. Michael Hector. Glad you decided to sell me. Good. I'm glad we're aligned. Right. We're up to 5th in the league and 2 points away from the top 4. Though Wolves do have a game in hand. Tomorrow we have Newcastle, Arsenal, Tottenham. Shame that could be played on the Wednesday. It's the FA Cup. Why is the FA Cup game on the Sunday? I thought they'd fix the fixture congestion. Right then, tomorrow's episode is going to be busy. 4 games, and I'm going to sim one of them. Newcastle's away. Baba sold, gone. Baba Rahman is out of the club. Good. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to sell anyone else in this window, but I'm open to player sales for sure for the rest of the season, for next season, to ensure we have a decent budget next season, and, of course, open to players coming in with our £118 million budget that we've got now to bring players in for next year, post the end of January. Wolves did win their game, and we're down to 7th, but Newcastle are 4th. Well, what game do I sim tomorrow then? It might be the Bournemouth one, you know. But it's away from home against Bournemouth. Tottenham's in the FA Cup. I can't sim that. It's against Tottenham. Arsenal at home. I can't risk that. It's going to be a tough one to call. I might sim Newcastle and play Bournemouth just to ensure we go through, he says, as we've been in different form. Because, obviously, if we lose to Newcastle, there's still going to be another 15 games to try and claw back the points. I'm not going to get that luxury with the Carabao Cup. If I lose, I'm out. So that'll be all for today for this one. I know there's been a lot of chatter in this one. I apologise if it's been a little bit longer, but hopefully you guys have enjoyed regardless. Do make sure you drop the video a like and make sure you're subscribed. I'll be streaming again today, so follow the link in the description to Mixer, and I'll see you over there a little bit later on this afternoon. But for now, see you next time.